Two of the greatest teams in basketball history, separated by 29 years. One question that splits every barbershop in America. Could the 72-10 Chicago Bulls beat today's NBA champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder? This isn't a fantasy debate. We ran the tape, the rules, the stats, and the science. And the answer might surprise you. This is good basketball. First, the resumes. In 1996, the Chicago Bulls went 72-10. At the time, the greatest regular season in NBA history. They steamrolled the league. Michael Jordan won the scoring title at 30.4 a game, plus MVP, plus Finals MVP. A perfect season of dominance. Scottie Pippen, maybe the greatest two-way forward ever. The perfect Robin who could guard all 5 positions and run the offense himself. And Dennis Rodman, the greatest rebounder pound for pound the game has ever seen. 14.9 boards a night, leading the league for the 5th straight year. Add Tony Kukoc, the 6th man of the year. Steve Kerr, the dead-eye shooter. Ron Harper, and the Zen master himself, Coach Phil Jackson. Now the champs. In 2025, the Oklahoma City Thunder went 68-14. Then won the franchise's first title in Oklahoma City. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was the engine. League MVP, Finals MVP, a scoring champion averaging over 32 a game with surgical precision. Chet Holmgren, a 7'1" unicorn who blocks shots at the rim and drains threes from the corner. A defensive anchor who can float to the perimeter. Jalen Williams, the second star, a 6'6" wing who can score, pass, and defend. An all-NBA talent in his own right. And Lou Dort, one of the most feared perimeter defenders alive. A bulldog built to do one thing: make superstars miserable. So we have 2 juggernauts, but they never could have played the same game because the game itself completely changed. And that's where this gets interesting. Difference number 1, the defense. In 1996, hand-checking was legal. Defenders could put a forearm and a hand on you and physically reroute you. The 90s were a street fight. Hard fouls, bloody noses. The Detroit Pistons literally invented rules to punish Jordan. Today, most of that contact is an automatic foul. This matters enormously. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a genius at drawing fouls in today's game. But in 1996, half those whistles never blow. He'd have to earn it the hard way. Difference number 2, the three-point line. The single biggest change in basketball history. In '96, the Bulls took about 15 threes a game, and that was considered a lot. Today's Thunder launch nearly 40 a game. They spaced the floor so wide that the paint becomes a runway. Even their 7-footer Chet lives behind the arc. This is a real problem for Chicago. Dennis Rodman was a paint monster, but who does he guard when the center stands in the corner? Drag him out, and the rim is wide open. Difference number 3, pace and science. Today's players are bigger, faster, and recover with sports science the 90s never dreamed of. Cryotherapy, sleep labs, load management. But here's the counterpunch. Toughness doesn't expire. And Michael Jordan is the most competitive human the sport has ever produced. Tell him he can't, and you've already lost. So let's break it down where it actually matters, position by position, starting with the matchup that decides everything. Point guard. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander versus the Bulls backcourt. Shai is a nightmare. Long, smooth, and unguardable in space. He'd put up numbers on anyone, but the Bulls would throw Jordan and Pippen at him in waves, 2 of the greatest perimeter defenders ever, with the length in the hands to bother even Shai, the wing. Here's the Thunder's secret weapon against the GOAT. Lou Dort, the closest thing today's game has to a 90-degree Jordan stopper. Strong, switchable, fearless. But let's be honest, no one ever truly stopped prime Jordan. Dort would make him work for every inch. Jordan would still get his 30. That's just what he did against everyone for 15 years. Forward. Scottie Pippen versus Jalen Williams. A genuine clash of two-way stars. Pippen's experience and defensive IQ against J-Dub's youth and burst. The big man. Chet Holmgren versus Dennis Rodman. And this is the fulcrum of the entire series. Rodman can't be allowed to dominate the glass, but Chet can pull him away from the rim. So how would a 7-game series actually play out? Let's run it. Games 1 and 2 in the modern era with modern rules. The Thunder's spacing and Shai's foul drawing carve up Chicago early. Oklahoma City takes a 1-game lead, but then Jordan adjusts. He always adjusts. He attacks Shai on the other end, puts him in foul trouble, and drags the game into the mud. Chicago grinds back. Series tied. The swing factor is Rodman. If he chases Chet to the arc, the Bulls survive. If he gambles for rebounds and leaves the paint open, the Thunder feast. It is the chess match of the series. Chet's rim protection changes Chicago's drives, but Rodman and Pippen out-physical him on the boards in the half court. Both teams trade haymakers. It goes the distance. Game 7. Game 7. The whole thing comes down to one possession, one shot. The two best players on the floor. Shai has the ball, down 1, 15 seconds left. He's been brilliant all series. He rises into a smooth mid-range pull-up, the shot he's hit 1,000 times. But Jordan saw it coming. He always saw it coming. The greatest defender of his era times the contest perfectly and gets a fingertip on the ball. And on the other end, with the season on the line, you already know who wants the ball. Jordan rises. The shot that ended 100 careers. Bulls win Game 7. So that's our verdict. In a 7-game series, with the game split between eras, the 1996 Bulls win, but it is razor close. 6, maybe 7 games, every single time. And here's the real reason. It comes down to one man. In the biggest moments, with everything on the line, Jordan has never been outdone. Not once. That edge is the difference, but make no mistake, this Thunder team is special. Give Shai and Chet a few more years of their prime, and this debate flips. They are just getting started. That's the beauty of basketball. Eras don't get to play each other, so we argue forever. And that argument is the whole point. So now I want to hear from you. Bulls or Thunder? Who takes Game 7? Drop your verdict in the comments. I read every single one. And if you love these cross-era what-ifs, subscribe to Good Basketball. One decoded basketball story every week. Real stats, real history, real basketball. Welcome to Good Basketball.